All right, we back in here finally,
Back.
and I think that it might. We had some technical difficulties over the past few fucking times. We really,
Exactly.
we got.
It's fucking up the episodes. It's 2 episodes that we could have had out. And technical difficulties is just making everything hard right now.
Yeah, but we in here, and it's kind of crazy that our shit went right on the same day that maybe the most anticipated album randomly got fucking revealed, bro. Random. I really just Kendrick replying to some nigga on Twitter.
Yeah, SK. Yeah.
Who is that? Do you know who he is?
Nah, I'm assuming he just some guy on Twitter. I mean, and he was like, "Oh, Kendrick knows me," like, because he said Kendrick Lamar done retired, and he quoted the tweet and put the link where he got I guess his closing statements of him leaving TDE and the release schedule, I guess, contract or letter saying that Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is going to be coming out May 13th.
Right.
So,
and I saw that shit, and I was like this nigga who he responded to ain't even fucking verified, bro. Like,
yeah, he's not verified. He's just a regular person.
He got like 50,000 followers though, so he probably be making some noise in the social media space when it come down to hip hop type shit or memes or something. Like, I don't really fucking know. But he put out the tweet. Kendrick actually replied to it with the press release, with the release date. I'm assuming everything else that come out after this is gonna come out straight through PG Lane.
Yeah.
Cause Baby Keem album came out through PG Lane. Now it was in conjunction with a bunch of other fucking record labels, but Kendrick Lamar is big enough to put his shit out on his own. PG Lane is what that shit is called, right?
Yeah.
Nah, I know I be fucking names up. So,
yeah, it's PG Lane.
And I saw that shit. I was like, Mr. Moral and the Big Steppers. Now I just motherfuckers about to get on my nerves shit. I just finished watching for a second time Hunter x Hunter, and I was like, is Kendrick Lamar watching this shit? Because the niggas who went to go, spoiler alert, the niggas who went to go crush the biggest threat in the show, like, each arc of the show has a threat, and the biggest threat in the show and the longest arc of the show, the leader of those niggas who went to go fight that was Mr. Moral. Like, I was like, yeah, what's this nigga? But I'm probably thinking too deep into it. He probably don't even know what that shit is. So I'm like, well, he might though.
He might.
Yeah,
I would say he might, but
I
don't know.
That's like Mr. Moral, and there's the rest of the crew, the fucking Big Steppers, Knuckle and Shoot, and motherfucking Golden Kilo. Let me stop.
See, I'm just wondering what this album is gonna sound like, cause no Kendrick albums sound the same. So,
well, the two that sound most not the same, but most similar to me. Well, it's two sets.
Damn, and To Pimp a Butterfly.
No, they don't sound alike to me at all. It's two. He got two sets of albums that sound kind of similar, like Section 80 and Good Kid, Mad City. They don't sound similar in like concept, but like similar in production a little bit.
Yeah,
right.
I kind of get what you're saying with that one, but see, those are still early. Those are both pretty early though.
Right, and then of course, this is cheating, but it's still, they are similar because Untitled Unmastered was just like cutting room floor tracks from To Pimp a Butterfly, but those sound just alike. Like, those two albums sound just alike, but that's because the shit from Untitled Unmastered was from the recording sessions of To Pimp a Butterfly. So, but when it come down to his ideas that he put into the music, none of that shit is alike. Because after Good Kid, Mad City, right? And hearing I Love Myself, I didn't know what to fucking expect from To Pimp a Butterfly. Because I was like, this don't sound like nothing from Good Kid. Like, I Love Myself was the first single from To Pimp a Butterfly. So I was like, where's this shit even going? And then, a whole classic later, I had no more questions. Like, this is maybe the only nigga that I don't have any fucking questions about when it comes to quality. Because his weakest album to me is still like a 8. Like, which is Section 80. Like, his weakest joint is still like a fucking 8. So I got no questions when it comes to quality from this nigga.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't expect nothing bad from this album. If anything, this album is probably gonna be one of those no skips for me. So, that's just that. And I don't even want to be biased because Kendrick Lamar is one of my favorite artists, but I just don't think he really can miss. So I'm not gonna sit up here and question it. I'm
gonna just give it. I'm gonna just go on it like this. He ain't missed yet, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna go into it thinking a miss can come. Now a miss can come. Like I always say this when we start talking about stuff like this, and why I don't fucking hold no artist to perfection is that my two favorite musical acts ever both have albums I don't like. Like, I like the Love Movement by Tribe Called Quest. I think that album is a miss, even though half of the album is still that vintage Tribe Called Quest that I love to hear. It's so many tracks on it, and a lot of them I don't like. And like, I'm used to me, they got like, what is it? 4 10s, and then that one. You got Peoples, then you got Low End Theory, then you got Midnight Marauders, then you got Beat Rhymes in Life, then you got that one, then you got We Got It From Here. So they got 5 10s and then like a fucking 6 or a 5.5. So like, even my favorite artists and then Wu-Tang Clan, we already know what I think about that Better Tomorrow album. I don't even gotta go into that again because that's just a rant. So I mean, he can miss. I just don't expect him to miss.
Yeah, I don't expect them to miss either. I mean, I think this album's gonna be another classic. I mean, that's just a honest prediction. I wish he would have dropped like a track list or something. I wonder who's gonna also be featured on this album too.
Shit, bro, it ain't no telling. But like, I don't even think he need to drop a track list. I told motherfuckers, bro. I be telling niggas like, I don't think I'm always right, but the reason why it's come off like I think I'm always right is because when I don't know what I'm talking about, I shut the fuck up. When niggas start talking about this artist is on top and this, no, bro, this nigga shut the earth with a link to a website today. Nigga got like 400,000 retweets with a link to a website. Didn't nobody know what was on the other end of that shit until after they clicked it. It ain't like the tweet say, here come, the album is coming on the 14th. The tweet, for all we know, could have just meant, I'm not retired because I'm working on my fucking production company. We didn't know a press release for the album was on the other end of that shit until we looked. But that shit still like just a link to a website. Like, this is an artist that's really on top. Like, this nigga, like one of them. It's him and it's Drake and probably J. Cole and probably no fucking body else, bro. Not even Kanye.
Yeah.
Like, not even Kanye. Kanye shit. Kanye days is gone. I think that Life of Pablo was the last time Kanye really made shit stand still for one of his album releases. And I also think Life of Pablo is what made him, how underwhelming it came out, made him not have that fucking power anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, like niggas is now anticipating May 13th. And niggas ain't anticipating bullshit. Like, when you see Kanye gonna release something, you anticipate, oh, yeah, he said it's coming out February. What was it? What was the date? February 2nd, 2022, or was it February 22nd that Donda 2 was supposed to come out?
I don't know. I forgot all about that shit for real.
But whatever day it was, when people heard that fucking release date, bro, like it was all the expectation was that the shit wasn't even gonna come out that day. Now on May 13th, we expect this album to be out.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm 100% sure that it's gonna drop when it's supposed to drop. Like, unless it's some outstanding shit. Cause I mean, this ain't no fucking Kanye experience that we gonna get. Whereas the nigga say he gonna drop it on a certain day and you don't get that shit till fucking 2 or 3 months later. Nah, I think when he says this album is about to drop on May 13th, it's gonna be here on May 13th.
Right, and like this is where the mystery aspect of it, or the fucking questionable aspect of it, to me comes in the form of, what is this nigga gonna do next?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering, is it gonna be more of like a concept album?
Well, all of them have been. Every one.
That's
of his
what I'm saying.
has been.
So like, I'm just wondering what this concept is gonna be though. Like, I just can't even. And it's. I mean, this is why I'm loving that this album is gonna come out, because I don't know what to expect. Like, from a lot of artists, you kind of know what to expect. But for Kendrick, it could go anywhere.
And remember, like,
and I'm wondering, is he gonna drop of the heart? You know.
Well, he dropped that the heart a couple years ago, and people thought that meant the album was coming, and then shit come after that. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But remember, shit, I lost my train of thought. That's not a good thing to have happen when we're doing this. Not a good thing to have happen when we're doing this. But let me try to regain my shit and get back to what I was talking about. Oh shit! Like, am I that loud? I can hear myself echoing over there.
Nah, you coming through my mic. I mean, you coming through the headphones.
Damn, man, I need to calm it down. I need to calm it fucking down. I'm screaming and shit. But anyway, back to what I was saying. This is what I was about to say. What if he just flipped the expectations on their head and don't even release a concept album and just release a fucking regular old 15-track rap album that all the songs is just about different shit? What do you think would come of that?
See, I still think it would be relatively good. Like, I just don't think he's one to make necessarily bad music. Like, even if, I mean, it could be songs that you don't like. Like, for instance, Poetic Justice. You may not like that song, but you can't say it's bad.
Yeah, I mean, Poetic Justice. I like Poetic Justice. It's more like the on Good Kid, Mad City. It's the joints at the end that I didn't like as much. What's the one called?
What? Collect Calls. I'm Real.
That's the one I didn't like. like that. I ain't like
And
that
see,
one as much.
even going back to like listening to a song like "I'm Real" or I think it's just called "Real," but I mean that shit not even that bad for real. Like I went back and I listened to Good Kid, Mad City recently, so like I listened to the whole shit and I'm like, damn, this shit really like a banger. Like, not to mention the shit is a fucking a movie on audio, so. Like,
Yeah, like
that
even
shit is
like
amazing.
not to say that "Real" ain't a bad song at all. Like it ain't bad, but it's just like it didn't stand up to everything else that was up there to me. Like that's it. Like
Yeah.
and when I got and that's a good thing that he left that one to the end to me because it would have been like it would have broke the stride of the album if that shit was in the middle somewhere. Like, but it was at the end. Like I could really just consider myself done listening to the album when I get to that point and turn it off if I ain't want to hear "Real" at that point in time. And I'd be for real. It's like I done listened to Good Kid, Mad City so many times, and I probably listened to "Real" maybe 10 times.
Yeah.
And I done probably listened to Good Kid, Mad City hundreds of times, bro. Literally hundreds. But like, even when it come down to tracks you don't like, he still like. This is a good example of a track I didn't like until I heard it on the album. I Love Myself. Like the way he changed it and crafted it for the album version versus the single version is a prime example of how good this nigga can be. Because when he put "I Love Myself" in the fucking context of a live performance and had the live band playing it and shit, and then the fucking fight and all that broke out in the crowd and all that. Then he did the spoken word piece at the end of it. Like that transformed it into something completely different. Like that was something that when I was going into the album, I was sure I was gonna skip.
Yeah, nah, and I already had liked that song. I mean, I don't know. I still just don't think this nigga can miss. Simple as that.
Yeah, I don't expect to miss, but like I want to kind of see if we can get into our thoughts on what we think or how we think this album is gonna sound, bro. Like
that shit is probably gonna sound like something you've never thought you would hear. I mean, I think of course it's gonna be some rapping.
Because remember,
if I have to guess, he's probably gonna have Baby Keem on the album. I don't think it's gonna be too many. I don't think it's gonna be too many features. If anything, he's putting a few people from TDE on the album.
If that,
that's what I'm saying.
Shit, who from TDE was on Pimp a Butterfly?
Nobody, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think anybody from. Well, actually, he might not put anybody from TDE up there.
Because they was up there. I mean, who from TDE was on Damn?
I don't think nobody was up there. I think the only people from TDE was J-Rock.
He was on
Money
Good Kid,
Trees
Mad
and
City.
Good Kid, Mad City.
Money Tree.
But see, that's the thing. I don't know. He might not put nobody from. I was only saying that because I mean he is leaving TDE, so I wouldn't expect him, but he might put somebody from there.
Bro,
up there,
them motherfuckers might drag the shit down, bro. Like Black Hippie is one of the most overrated fucking things, bro. Because it was one nigga and then 4 stragglers or 3 stragglers to me. Like, I'm sorry.
They won't really. I'm not a big fan of Black Hippie. Mostly Ab Soul. I don't know what it is. I just don't like Ab Soul's music. I thought J-Rock was pretty good for a while. And then the songs that I like by him kind of faded on me. So I don't really know.
He's alright. And Schoolboy Q is okay, but I ain't run into no Schoolboy Q album. But I don't know. This Kendrick Lamar is just like far and away. Like you rather hear Kendrick Lamar like and J. Cole. J. Cole is more somebody that's on his fucking level than them niggas are. To tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm. Now that is what I would actually be very ready to hear. Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole collaboration.
The thing that's supposed to be coming out that ain't came out yet. Like, this shit ain't came out in forever. It's supposed to be
They was supposed to put some work in together, but
a whole fucking album they were supposed to do, and they ain't done it yet.
nigga, that album probably would have broke the fucking internet, literally.
Yeah.
Like if he puts J. Cole on a song like that shit will literally break the internet. Like I believe majority of the rap community would stop to listen to that album.
Shit, the majority of the rap community stops to listen when either one of them put out a fucking album. The majority of the rap community stopped to listen to J. Cole put out throwaway singles like fucking Middle Child.
Yeah, no cap.
Hey, so niggas don't even ain't no telling what would happen. They put a fucking album out together, but I'm just like, I don't know, because Good Kid, Mad City, it sounded kind of like a West Coast album, but also kind of like a Tribe Called Quest Outkast inspired album throughout a lot of it, and then To Pimp a Butterfly went straight gritty, old school, soul sample shit. That album sounded like it could have been recorded in the 70s at some parts. Like, especially the fucking first track up there, bro. Like, the Every Nigga Is a Star intro coming on, and then that beat that Thundercat and George Clinton feature. Like, Thundercat is already a vintage sounding artist, right?
And that even takes me back to first hearing that album. I'm in school because I tried to download it before I went to school and it wasn't out yet.
Right.
My homeboy Luke, shout out to Luke, came over and was like, "Yo, have you heard this?" And take his phone and I'm like, and all I hear is "Every nigga is a star," and I'm like, "What?" And he made it? Like, what? So at that point I done got upset. I'm like, man. I get home. I'm like,
I remember you told me you ain't like that shit, bro. I remember.
Yeah, I'm like, I get home. I'm like, let me give it a try. And ever since that day,
I remember you told me I remember you had texted me because I was at work, bro, and you texted me like, "Yo, have you heard this new Kendrick album?" It's like, I ain't heard it yet. I got it downloaded. You was like, "Man, this shit is garbage." I was like, "What?" I was like, he was like, "Yeah, man." Like, I was like, "Damn, bro, is it like that? Like, did this nigga fall off at the Good Kid?" Then, shit, later that same day, you was like, "Nah, bro." Like, later that same day, you had changed your fucking mind.
Nah, it was just something new. Like, and that's the thing. Like, when you get an artist whose creativity can just spread that way and they can make things that you're not even really accustomed to hearing, and they also make it sound good, I really appreciate that coming from these artists. So I have nothing but great expectations from this album.
And niggas call me crazy when I said that To Pimp a Butterfly was the best album to come out since Supreme Clientele, bro. Like, that's what I said. The only album, in my opinion, that stand neck to neck that done came out since Supreme Clientele in the year 2000 is the last Tribe Called Quest album, because the last Tribe Called Quest album was damn near like a twin to Pimp a Butterfly to me. Like, the subject matter and the sound was almost the same.
They definitely share characteristics though, and I also love that Tribe album.
And like that, those two albums, like the only, and maybe like this album ain't up to those standards, but I still think that this album is like one of the best albums to come out in like the past 20 years. It's the fucking the fucking Hell Hath No Fury by the Clips. Like,
oh yeah.
And then of course people are gonna say, the Kanye album, the Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, but I like 808s and Heartbreaks better than I like that anyway. So like 808s and Heartbreaks is my favorite Kanye album now. And so like To Pimp a Butterfly, We Got It From Here, Thank You for Your Service, 808s and Heartbreaks, and Hell Have No Fury by the Clips is like the only shits. And I'm including, like, I like all those albums better than I like Stillmatic or The Blueprint. Like, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. I like all four of those better than I like either one of them two albums. Like, even with the Takeover versus Ether beef, I like those four better than I like Blueprint or Stillmatic. And that's just how it is. Like, so
I mean, I completely agree with that. I mean, they're great albums. Those are all great albums.
yeah, and Stillmatic and The Blueprint are great albums too. Like, not that, but people like Stillmatic and The Blueprint are held up on such high fucking pedestals, bro. Like, especially, like, I know you was real young. I was young when them shits came out. When you was damn near fucking baby when they came out. So, like, like niggas was acting crazy over Stillmatic and The Blueprint, bro. And then, even fucking, look, Cameron was on Rockefeller, right? Cameron was on Rockefeller, right? Cameron had just signed to Rockefeller, left Epic Records, I think, right?
Right.
Which is part of Epic, is part of Sony. You know what Cameron said? Like, I think at that point, Supreme Clientele might have just scraped past platinum. Blueprint and Stillmatic was out when Cameron had this interview. He was like, look, like, we had to leave. I had to leave because at this point in time, Ghostface had left Epic Records to go sign with Def Jam, right? Cameron, who had went to go sign with Rockefeller, said, look at Supreme Clientele. This is what Cameron said. The shit is sold 1 million copies. It's just getting there, and it's the hottest shit on the fucking street. Nigga, this is when Blueprint and Stillmatic is out. The nigga that signed to Jay was saying that Supreme Clientele was the best shit out. But niggas was going crazy over Blueprint and Stillmatic, mainly because of the Ether versus Takeover thing. Mainly because Got Yourself a Gun and Girls, Girls, Girls is like classic fucking songs, and then H to the Izzo. But To Pimp a Butterfly, We Got It From Here, Hell Have No Fury, and 808s and Heartbreaks. I'd rather listen to those than those two Nas and Jay-Z albums. I just think that the Illmatic and Reasonable Doubt are so far better than the Blueprint and Stillmatic, in my opinion. Like, Jay-Z ain't never fucking rapped like he rapped on Reasonable Doubt. He ain't do it before, and he hasn't done it since.
Yeah, I will agree. Reasonable Doubt is probably one of my favorite Jay-Z albums in all.
Right.
So, I like that better than I like the Blueprint. So,
I do too.
I mean, I just feel like Reasonable Doubt was one of those albums that just can't be created again. It's just simple as that.
And Stillmatic, I mean, it's not Stillmatic. Illmatic was one of those albums that couldn't be created again either.
Yeah, I agree. Illmatic is probably my favorite Nas album. I don't like. I mean, Stillmatic is good, but I don't think it's better than Illmatic.
Nobody with sense thinks that. Like, nobody. But I say all this to say, like, Kendrick Lamar put together something that can stand toe-to-toe with giant creations in hip-hop history like that. And we don't even know what to expect next. Like, he could take this shit in any direction. Like, remember a couple years ago, niggas was speculating that his next album was going to be a fucking rock album?
Yeah.
Like, what would a rock album from him sound like? I was hoping he didn't do that shit, but then again, on the other hand, I was like, well, maybe he could pull it off.
See, and that's the thing. I feel. I mean, I hate to sound like this because I sound like one of them fanboy niggas, but I'm so confident in this nigga's abilities. I feel like he can make anything, really. I mean, I would love for this to just be a rap album, but I mean, if he happens to make a rock album or if he pull a fucking Kanye and do a gospel album, I won't necessarily be upset. I'll just be like, yeah, I mean, it's either I like it or, man, that shit was trash. And move on.
Bro, it's kind of, how can I put it? It's kind of a double-edged sword when you got somebody like this because it's easy to fucking like for people. I'm jaded. Let me put it that way. I'm a jaded fucking music listener, right? So this is not gonna happen to me. But I'm not saying it like I'm some motherfucker who is, oh, I'm too sophisticated for this to happen to me. It's not gonna happen to me because it already has happened to me with Kanye. I was all, I was the person that I rail against. I can rail against a Kanye super fan so hard, not a stan. Like I ain't never been a stan of anybody, but I was a Kanye super fan so hard. I can rail against him because I can see the fucking, I can see my old self in these niggas. I can see like you just setting yourself up for disappointment. So it's a double-edged sword because Kendrick Lamar is a person that can be easy for you to overhype yourself for. And
Yeah.
I almost suffered from that with Damn. Like I almost got tired of Damn because I had overhyped. I didn't overhype it. I overplayed it. I didn't overhype myself for it. I overplayed it. But that's kind of that's a lot. That's like a prolonged version of overhyping yourself. I played the album too much. But if you overhype yourself, you can go into that shit and just be like, but this is not what I thought it was gonna be. Like the last, like Yeezus, bro. Like Yeezus was it for me. Like with Kanye, I was like Yeezus. I was like, what he did on Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, my nigga. Yeezus is gonna be some otherworldly shit. No.
Yeah.
Yeezus.
And I completely agree with that. Like, I'm just not. That's another reason. As good as I think this album is gonna be, I'm not about to sit up here and just put it over on a different pedestal because I know for a fact it I don't want to mess up with how I think it's gonna be and then upset myself. So
Right. And that's what a lot of people do. People upset themselves. Like when it came to fucking Yeezus, I put myself in that predicament. Like halfway through that fucking, not even halfway through that album, halfway through the first fucking song, I was like, bruh, what is this? But I ain't gonna have that happen to me this time because now I'm just waiting until May 13th. But I'm not saying that I'm not going to tell myself that this album is going to be the best thing ever created. I'm going to let it come out and prove to me that it's the best thing ever created, if that's in fact what it is.
mm-hmm.
You know? But I'm trying to speculate, like, he went life story route on Good Kid, Mad City, right?
Mm-hmm.
He went black struggle route on To Pimp a Butterfly. He went kind of anti-establishment, rage against the current state of America route on Damn. I mean, what can he come up with next to live up to his um I create narrative based rap albums standard? Like, what do you think he could? What subject matter do you think he could tackle?
Uh, if I'm being honest, he could maybe tap into that depression. Cause I mean, he did post and I'll have to find it. He did definitely post something. It was a long. It's in the same spot. Let me see.
Right.
I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay. Because it's like, he is a. I think he had a kid too, so maybe that'll play
Yeah.
into to some of the subject
So
matter here.
I spend most of my days with fleeting thoughts, writing, listening, and collecting old beach cruisers. The morning rides keep me on the hill of silence. I go months without a phone. Love, loss, and grief have disturbed my comfort zone, but the glimmers of God speak to me through my music and family. All that right there, see, that right there, just the beginning of what he was saying is just like, that's what the album is going to be. At least I'm believing a mixture of love, loss, and grief.
Okay, so you think he gonna kind of play? You think he gonna kind of use this album as an outlet for to expand upon those thoughts right there?
Yeah, I think this album right here might be some of the most realist, like, because Kendrick always gives you something real in every one of his albums. As far as what was it? No, it's you on
Like, loving you was complicated. That joint.
yeah, like he's gonna give you something real on every one of these albums, and I feel like this one is just probably gonna be his best one yet.
Oh, you think this is gonna be his best album yet?
Yes, I have no doubt in my mind that this one is gonna be the best one, but I'm also not psyching myself up for this album because I did, and I mean I know these is two different artists, but I did the same thing with Kanye, and that shit left me dry. So
Like,
I'm definitely saying this is gonna be one, and I hate to say it, but I got to. It's gonna be one of those instant classics.
I hate that fucking phrase so much.
I know, but I believe wholeheartedly that this one is gonna be one of them. It's gonna be one of those albums.
See, with Kanye though, like, you had a track record of fuckery that let you know that his shit was getting garbage, bro. Like, you had a track record of Yeezus being about nothing. Him taking one of the most powerful songs ever written and turning it into a fucking reality TV drama song about popping the molly and meeting some bitch in a party. I mean, they shouldn't even let him clear that fucking sample, bruh. They should have told him to get the fuck out of here and make your song out of something else. Like,
Wait,
but
you talking about for which one?
for Blood on the Leaves, bro. Like,
Oh yeah.
then you had the turning point where he clearly cares more about fashion shit than music. He showed you that with the Life of Pablo. Then you had the next album cycle where he forced every fucking body to make 7-track albums to conform with his little bullshit album publicity stunt release garbage. And then you had him try to make a gospel album, and then you had him make 2 sorry ass Donda albums back to back. Like, he had a long track record of being garbage. At this point, Kanye been bad for just as many years as he was good. My opinion. He was good from 2002 up to 2010, so he been bad for more fucking years. I mean, if you want to count Watch the Throne and Cruel Summer, so we can say he was good for 10 years, and then he was trash for 10 years at this point. He 20 years into
Uh,
it. So it's like we don't got that type of. We don't have that with Kendrick though. Like we don't have a track record. The worst thing I can say about Kendrick Lamar musically is that some of his fucking features is lazy. like, like when it sound like he be like niggas be like, can I get a feature? Can I get a Kendrick Lamar stimulus package? He goes and does it and fucks off, probably in 10 minutes.
yeah, I mean, that's what I would expect though. Like, as long as, see, and that's my thing with music. Like, I mean, some rappers are known for their features. Like, I would, one of those rappers, I would say like 21 Savage. But
2 Chains.
yeah, but like when you get an artist like Kendrick Lamar, I'm not listening to Kendrick for his features. I'm waiting to hear what the album's gonna sound like.
Okay, he don't never ever give those fucking features the type of fucking time or effort that he give to his own songs, bro. Not ever. Like bro, that ASAP Rocky feature he had was trash as fuck. To this day,
What
I
a fucking
can't
problem?
Yeah, that shit sucked, bro.
Nah, I can't. I mean, I ain't gonna really say it's trash, but I mean, it fit the song perfectly.
Yeah, but it wasn't good. Not to me anyway. But I ain't saying that to take nothing away from, cause like I just don't think that he gives a fuck about features. That's what I'm saying. Because if he wanted to, and then it might be a mercy thing where he'd be like, all right, I don't want to get on this nigga shit and just thrash them niggas. Like he might. Maybe he ain't one of those rappers who feel like he need to kill somebody every time he get on a track. You know what I'm saying? Like unless it's on one of his own tracks. But most of his own tracks are just him anyway. Most of his own tracks don't got niggas nowhere near him. So I mean, you never know. But
I mean, I'm not even gonna say that I think his features are bad. I think his shit be good. I actually think fucking Problems is good, to be honest. So I don't know.
I don't think his features are bad. I think that his features just he be like, all right, I'm so good at this shit. I can snap out a passable verse in 30 minutes, and I'm going on with my fucking life. That's what I think his features are. Like, that's it. I don't think his shit be like. I don't think he got some features when you. He don't got that type of feature that be like, damn, if this nigga got on the song and fucked the song up. Like, not no shit like that.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know what to say about how this album might sound, bro. Like, I think that he might, bro. I'm about to take a wild guess, and this is just some speculation. Like, and I'm just saying, like, where else could he go? I think he might make a fucking 1988 through 1994 sounding G-Funk sounding inspired album, bro. Like, what if he do that?
I mean, I think that should have sound good too.
Bro, he could revitalize that whole fucking sound if he do that shit. Bro, every fucking little nigga out here be going up searching up the Chronic and Above the Law and fucking Doggy Style and all that shit. I mean, what else could he do? Like, he brought the Black Panther era sound to his album when it came to Pimp a Butterfly. Shit sounded like something straight out of a fucking political movie.
Yeah. It's
So-
just when you get an artist like this, it's just hard to kind of figure out what to expect, and that's just facts. The shit's gonna be good though. I'm going out on a limb and just saying it's gonna be good. Like I'm not. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to the shit day one. I'm staying up to hear it drop. So
I definitely think it's gonna be good. Like, I'm gonna reserve the instant classic talk, but like, it's certain albums that I hear one time and I know, and I'd be like, yeah, that's man. I heard To Pimp a Butterfly fucking once, and I said it's the best album to come out in 15 fucking years. That's what I said, and I still. That shit still hold true to me. At that point in time, I hadn't heard a better album than that or an equal album to that until Tribe Called Quest's last album came out. That was the next time I heard it. It's a coincidence that those motherfuckers came out that close to each other. I ain't know Tribe Called Quest was ever gonna make another album. Bro, like, but other than those two, like those is the two albums I listened to recently. I was like, this shit is fucking like that. Even the other albums that I think kind of stand up like that wasn't on the first listen, like Rodeo by Travis Scott. That was over months. You feel me? Like, I was over me hearing it month in and month out, and the shit still sounding fresh, and the shit still standing tall, and I was like, all right, this is one of those. But To Pimp a Butterfly was one fucking time. Bro, like after I finished listening to that shit once, I was like, man, I ain't never heard nothing like this. Like that's what it was. I remember for like 2 fucking years, my day didn't start until I heard King Kunta at least once. Like that's some other type shit.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just ready to hear that shit, man. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm ready to hear it, and I'm ready to see if these expectations live up to what I'm thinking this shit gonna be.
Like it's hard to fucking it's hard to try to pin down what this nigga might do. It's hard to try to pin down. Like now we gotta wait a whole fucking month for the shit to come out. I think I'm gonna just put it in the back of my mind until the day before it come out, like so I don't be sitting up here anticipating nothing. Then the day before it come out, psych myself up, get ready to put myself through the fucking. I'm going into the shadow realm to listen to this shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably buy some new headphones to listen to. Go out and buy some of them
Apple joints.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out and buy some of the Apple AirPod Maxes to hear that.
This nigga, he said, so Apple need to pay him a royalty fee. That nigga selling you a pair of they fucking rip-off headphones.
Or Apple can just send me a pair at Apple, you know.
That's going on tag him in this.
I'm gonna tag him in this video. Go on, send me a pair of those.
Them niggas, man, so many motherfuckers should send that shit. I'm like, we ain't giving out no more free promo. Like, speaking of that, like, AdamEve.com, promo code RRPOD.
AdamEve.com.
So, while we on the promo type thing, go ahead on and tell them what they get if they go to AdamEve.com and put the promo code RRPOD in.
You get 50% off just about everything in the store, 3 sexy items, 6 free movies, free discreet shipping. So again, that's 50% off almost every item in the store. 10 free items, discreet and free shipping, and satisfaction in your bedroom. Who doesn't want better sex?
I think we all do. With you and whoever you might be having sex with. We don't care who you're having sex with. We don't discriminate. Whoever you like is who you like. And say you go to AdamEve.com, you put in the promo code, and you don't get a discount. The 50% just doesn't happen on that particular item. Don't you still want the free shipping? Use that promo shipping. The free discreet shipping. Use that promo code anyway. Get you when you see the promo code, take into consideration all the benefits, not just the 50% off. Take into consideration.
You still get 10 free items.
Get the free shipping. Put the promo code in for every transaction you make is what I'm trying to say. All right, now adameve.com. All right, let's get back to the show now. Let's wrap up the Kendrick Lamar talk. Because the album is coming, and we really don't know what to expect from it, but we just wanted to talk about it because right now he just put the shit out. The internet froze for a second to go read this little half a paragraph. And now we all wait. And I think that we can just both agree that we think it's going to be quality at the least.
Yeah, I think it's going to be quality. I think it's going to be straight quality. Quality at its highest form. So, yeah.
All right. Now, something else happened. This is kind of tying into what we talked about on the second failed podcast. So, today, I was just perusing the internet as I'm known to do, and I come across the snippet from the Off the Record. Is that the name of DJ Academic's podcast?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Off the Record, and it was him and Hassan Campbell, Whack 100, Tekashi 6ix9ine.
6ix9ine.
Yeah. I don't know. Is Hassan Campbell like the co-host of Off the Record? Because I done seen him up there a couple times. Now, anyway. It don't matter. Is it off the record or on the record?
I think it's off the record or something.
Okay. Yeah, so 6ix9ine is up there hollering and screaming, creating a spectacle as he's known to do. Mind you, he asking Hassan Campbell, what would he had done in the fucking situation he was in. Hassan Campbell went to jail for murder and got out, did time and got out. He didn't tell on nobody. So he's already been through the situation. He took the years. He went to jail for killing somebody. He talks openly about killing the. He don't brag about it. He expresses remorse every time I see him talk about it. But he speaks openly about the fact that he was a killer. He begged for forgiveness on his video from the family of the people he killed. I think he killed 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
But number one, how can Tekashi 6ix9ine ask a person who actually caught a murder charge, did the time, and got out? How can you question they shit, whether they were snitch or not, when you didn't do one fucking day of a prison sentence? All he did was await trial in jail. So you can say technically he did 2 years because he had to sit in jail until the trial was commenced, right? But as soon as the trial was over, he was the fuck out of there. Or was he not? No, he wasn't. He did another year after the trial, right? So he did.
Moral of the story, he did a little bit of time. He didn't do as much time as he was supposed to do.
He was facing 47 joints.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw a little bit of that interview. I saw where they were talking about Alpo. I saw that. I saw where he was saying things about Pop Smoke and King Von. I feel like, and this is what I said in the episodes that you guys couldn't hear, unfortunately.
Shit janked all the way out.
Yeah, it's all antics with 6ix9ine. I see him up there screaming to the top of his lungs, standing up, jumping around, and it's all, for lack of better terms, a show. He has to put on this persona like he's so gangster and like he's so this and so that. But, I mean, at the end of the day, that's not even really you. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, I never met 6ix9ine, so I mean, that's why I don't really. I hate to say that's not really him, but I mean, just from things that have happened, I can't really believe that you like. I see you sit up here and you say this and you say that and you do this and you do that. I can't believe it. It's very unbelievable. So to see him get up there and say anything, I that shit goes in one ear and comes out the other. Just like with the fucking Will Smith and Chris Rock shit. That shit is straight entertainment to me. I I don't believe you're still in the trenches. You probably paid patting everybody pockets that's in that room, claiming they with you. So I I don't see nothing but the same thing that just happened to this nigga. So I hope he learned from his last mistakes.
Right. So like it's like I don't get what he's after here. Like he's still railing on and on about King Von and Nipsey Hussle and shit.
Because it's striking up pandemonium. Like he thinks it's gonna strike up enough people, or to get dirt to diss him, or to get somebody to diss him so he can have a little bit more clout to release music. It's all a marketing scheme. All 6ix9ine is, to me, honestly, is a big marketing scheme. So I don't really see where, like, I'm not seeing any talent. I'm not seeing anything really that's quality coming from this. So I'm not quite sure what the fuck is going on. And I'm
like
tired of seeing it, to be honest.
Like I was saying last time, like I don't even give a damn that the nigga snitched. I ain't in the streets. I ain't holding nigga to no code of the street type shit because I don't deal with it. Like I'm a working stiff. Like I ain't in the position where I'm gonna have to snitch and I'm doing shit that niggas is gonna snitch on me for. I wouldn't snitch. That's my personal morals. I'm not gonna talk to the police about shit. But I'm not gonna blame somebody else who does. Like I just don't fucking fuck with the police like that. Like I don't for my own personal reasons. But and like if somebody do something to one of mine, I'm not trying to sit around and wait for no nigga to get put in. Nigga, I ain't trying to sit around and wait for no nigga to get arrested and shit. I'm trying to handle that right then. But that's just me. But in general, I'm not somebody that needs to care about who and who isn't snitching. So him snitching, but it seemed like I think that he is more affected by being called the snitch than he puts on, because a lot of shit when you see him kind of get serious is him trying to validate the reasons why he told like he did.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't really think it's no validation. I mean, nigga, you did what you did. Stand on it now. I mean, shit, if you a real nigga like you say you is, you gonna stand on whatever you did, regardless of whether people think it's right or wrong. That's one of the first parts of being real, in my opinion, standing on your own shit, 10 toes.
And then he brought up Alpo about how Alpo did the snitching, and then didn't. He was able to show his face in Harlem with no consequences. Number one, I don't think he told on anybody from up there. He told on people in D.C. Like, he didn't. And then shit, Hassan Campbell said that how Alpo killed 2 people since he been out of prison.
Yeah,
allegedly.
I heard that too.
What the fuck? This nigga didn't learn shit from that prison stint. Like, he didn't. He just wasn't. Alpo was gonna be Alpo until the end, I guess. But you bringing up the fact that Alpo is walked around Harlem and he didn't get touched for snitching. Like his murder was over something else. Like, but we don't need you to bring up Alpo because we see you walking around not getting touched after you snitched. So we know
Mm-hmm.
that that's some of the goings on, but that ain't why are you bringing that shit up? Like, if you that real and you that fucking gangster that nobody is gonna touch you for snitching, stop trying to validate the reasons that you snitched, my nigga. Just say I did it. So what?
So what? Exactly. Like that's what I'm thinking. That would be the more gangster response rather than standing up, jumping around, causing a scene. Like, and that's all I see this nigga doing is causing a scene. Like, I don't know.
Bruh, I always felt like this nigga shit was tired and played out from the fucking moment he was fucking introduced to the world, bro. I was like, can this nigga just get the fuck out my face? Like, and 6ix9ine is an artist that I literally forget exists until he starts making a bunch of fucking noise, bro.
Exactly, because it's not. I mean, the music isn't quality. It's basically it's quantity at this point. He just putting shit out the pad numbers, and he was even coming at 5 form. So
Like,
mm-mm.
that's they politics up there. Like, cause 6ix9ine was, I believe that the Nine Trey Bloods are a Wu affiliated set. Cause New
Mm-hmm.
York ain't really, at least Brooklyn ain't really split between Crip and Blood like that.
Nah,
You
it's
see Crip and
Wu
it's
and Chose.
Wu and Cho, and you see Crip and Blood sets hanging with each other. Cause I think Nine Trey is a Wu affiliated set, and so is whatever set 5 Foreign belonged to. But that's neither here nor there. Like, that's if they got some type of street politics between them, because he was talking about 5 Foreign leaving somebody in jail and saying 5 was just a wave. I don't care, bro. Like, it's he don't want nobody to be from New York to be looked at. Nobody from his sector of the music in New York to be looked at above him, I guess. Because
I
like
mean,
Fabio
well,
Foreign
if
is
you
like,
don't want that, then make better music.
but he can't make better music, man. Like, his shit is so one tracked. Like, it's been sounding the fucking same. When did Gummo come out? 2015? 2016, something like that. It's been sounding the same for at least about 7 years, bro.
Yeah.
Nigga got no creativity. Nigga's a meme rapper, bro. He got popular, like he got virally popular off of a fucking music video. He's a meme rapper. He ain't a fucking. He ain't no artist whose skills got him any fucking where. Even if, like I said, whether you like him or not, whether you like Playboy Cardi or not, this nigga shit sound at least fucking like some effort got put into it. Like, you might not like his music, but he don't sound the same as he did when he made Magnolia anymore. Nigga done evolved into another lane. He
Mm-hmm.
created his own lane. 6ix9ine is just speaking that same cadence, the same one or two fucking subject matters over what sound like the same beat every time. Like, it's just this nigga shit been tired since it came the fuck out.
Yeah, that nigga. It's just a bunch of antics with that nigga, and I'm quite frankly tired of fucking hearing it.
Right. Like, it's
If 6ix9ine never made another song, that shit wouldn't even phase me. I'd actually forget about him.
bro, I forgot about that nigga, bro. Like, I forgot about that nigga so fucking much that I don't even remember. Gummo is the only song I remember that he came out with, other than the newest one. And I think one of them was called Fifi or some shit. Because I remember that one because I think Nicki Minaj is on it. Bro, I don't remember another damn piece of music this nigga released on his own. The only other song I could quote that he's on is that Total Pole shit with Trippie Redd.
Mm-hmm.
And literally, whenever Trippie Redd part go off and that nigga shit come on, the song is over for me. Like this shit, I'm getting to something different. Literally, I'm getting to something different.
I can't even say I'd listen to that. I'm just over that shit for real.
And like, why the fuck is you still bringing up dead niggas? Like, I guess he was trying to say in the context he was putting to that is that they got caught lacking, so it's okay that he got caught lacking when he got kidnapped and shit. Like, I mean, anybody can get caught lacking, but that ain't got nothing to do with the perception of you. Nobody is. If niggas kidnap you at gunpoint, bruh, nobody is gonna blame you for getting beat the fuck up. Nobody's gonna blame you from getting your shit stolen, bruh. Like, if you got kidnapped at gunpoint, it's a kidnapping. The people who was mad at you, and like, mind you, I'm not one of them. But the people that was mad at you because you fucking told, bruh. Like, you was involved with all this shit, and when you... I ain't even blaming you on a side note for your girl getting fucked, bro. That shit done happened to all of us. Every one of us who done been with a few different chicks done been with a chick who fucked some nigga. That shit just has happened, bro. It's happened to me. It's happened to you. It's happened to everybody. I'm not... The people that's mad at you is mad that you was involved in that shit, and then when you was facing the fucking time, you fucking told, nigga, and everybody went to jail except you. That's what the people is mad at. And not only that everybody went to jail except you, nigga. Everybody went to jail except you, and you was one of the main parts of the shit. I think that the one nigga wouldn't even had... If you didn't call that one nigga up, what's his cool to be, and ask him to go shoot at Chief Keef, nigga, this motherfucker never would have done it. He wouldn't be in jail at all. You called him up, asked him to go do it. He went and go do that shit to ride for you, and he in jail, and you ain't. And you on video calling him, giving the fucking order. And because you told and he didn't, he in jail, and you out here talking bullshit. That's why people don't like you, my nigga. And you still got millions, allegedly. I don't know how true it is that you got all that money. Nigga, that might be some of them informant checks that you getting, because they pay informants. They do. But you got millions, like, man, keep getting your millions, I guess. Keep releasing dog shit music that people is going to care about for one half of a day and never care about again. Keep doing it, because that's what you good at. But, I mean... Nobody's ever gonna look at you as some gangster nigga again, nigga. No matter who you pay to fuck with you.
I don't know. I ain't really... That nigga 6ix9ine is nothing. I mean... Nigga's a meme, just like you said. A fucking walking meme.
Yeah, bro. Let me ask you a question. I'm doing some on the fly production. What you got your shit displaying beats or beats and time?
Yeah, beats and time. We've been going for an hour and 8 minutes.
Wait, what's your exact time stamp right now?
1 hour 9 minutes and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So, yeah, I think I'm like maybe a second ahead of you, so I'm gonna have to line this shit up. But anyway, bro.
In conclusion, for me, Kendrick Lamar album is probably gonna be his best one yet. 6ix9ine is a walking, talking, living meme, and AdamEve.com, promo code RRPOD.
For sure. everything he just said. All right, that's all for me, bro.
Shit, all for me.
All right, we out.